Hello, welcome to Tool Tuesday. This week on Tool Tuesday, I really don't have anything special or new or big or amazing to share, but I did want to go over some things. I think it's interesting, but it'll be kind of a short, sweet one, and I just wanted to share a couple things with you. So I'm gonna try and change the camera angle and get it to where it's like maybe behind me looking over my shoulder, and we'll see how that does. Maybe a better view, maybe it'll help me keep it in frame and not like moving around and all that stuff. Maybe I can have it to where you're looking at what I'm looking at. So let's get that going and see how we do. Well, it's not exactly over my shoulder, but close enough. So a couple years ago on Facebook Marketplace, I got this toolbox with a bunch of tools in it for like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. And it's pretty cool. I'm not really sure what it is. It has kind of an OD green look to it. What I can see is left of it. I don't know a brand or anything. It's pretty neat. Somebody, some type of old school label maker, looks like a piece of aluminum, put their name on it. Didn't have a handle. I made me a handle out of, it was like a gate pull. It had little flanges with a couple screw holes in it. I cut it off and trimmed it and then just bent the tabs underneath those loops and tucked them up inside here, and it makes a pretty strong handle. So, but what I do is I use this box. Not all this was in here when I got this box. There was a few things that I saved over, but basically this is my collection of, or more of my collection of vintage tools. And these are all in quite good working order. So they made it into this box, and I pretty much use this for working on some old stuff, but mostly the blow torches. And I just want to go over what all's in here and talk about a couple things and then share one thing with you. And what sparked me in doing this, I was actually going to do a whole nother video for Tool Tuesday. Coming up Friday, I'm going to go through this thing, clean it up, and try and get it working. I may or may not, I don't know. And I had to get this guy out, and I thought it'd be a good idea to do a video on it. So here we go. You have your typical, have an old pair of pliers, wood-handled screwdrivers, things of that nature, some big and small ones. I've got some files and things in there, needle nose and some small ones. I've got an older Burns-O-Matic torch head, and I have me some Brasso, a little bit of Never-Seez, a little thumb oiler for some stuff, an old grease gun that has grease in. I got it. You see the rags all stained up, so I don't want it getting grease everywhere. These are really handy, the old adjustables. I have a pretty big one here. I got an old Miller's Falls hacksaw down in there. Some steel wool. I don't use that too much, but it does help. And a few other little odds and ends. Some old wrenches. I'll tell you, mostly on these things, it's the adjustable wrenches and the slotted screwdriver. So, and then in particular, what I wanted to share, and all my junk put away here. When I'm working on these things, because they're, you're working with brass fittings and things like that. I think I went over in the other video, one of the other videos, these torch heads, they're all copper. You don't want to mar them up too much, and you want to try and be careful. And I don't keep these in my tool set because I don't just use them for working on the torches. I use them for a lot of different stuff, bending sheet metal and things like that. But they're just some no-name brand channel locks, regular pliers, and needle nose pliers. And what I did was I ground the teeth off of them. And what that'll let me do is I can get a hold of, say this hook on most of them torches is copper as well. I can grab a hold of it and spin it off, and I don't have to worry about the teeth chewing it up. Different, fittings or whatever. Likewise with the pliers, the teeth are almost virtually not there. I can use them for tweaking sheet metal pieces back into shape. And likewise with the needle nose, the teeth are pretty much gone. You can get in and pinch stuff and twist and do things. You don't have to worry about marring stuff up too bad. And then another thing I use, it's just an old pair of leather gloves that if I need to put something, I cut chunks out of it. If I need to put something in a vise, or if I ultimately need something with bite on it, I can wrap it around it and get into it and do what I gotta do without tearing these things up. So that's pretty much it for Tool Tuesday. I just wanted to share really quick and get it out there. I use my old vintage toolbox that I picked up for a pretty good deal. It's a bunch of handy tools came with it, and that's how I work on my blowtorches and some older stuff. And then I wanted to share these things too. Just like I say, there's no names, so you're not really out nothing by chewing the teeth off of them, because you're working on some delicate parts. So, and my little deal here for putting in the vise or some plier jaws or something. So we'll be putting all this to work when we get into this guy for Fire Friday. So short and sweet. I appreciate you hanging out. We'll see you on the next one.